already did our test?
Yes, we did our playback test. I was just looking for levels on the Zoom, which we have, so we can swap over to where they can see us if you're peachy keen.
That's fine.
Fuko Stinger. Look at me, little robot eye.
Oh, you're supposed to extend it so it looks like, what's his name?
Yeah, I know. I still haven't decorated it to look like Johnny Five.
Johnny Five, yeah.
It's a deep
Johnny
cut.
Five, still alive.
It's a deep cut for non-VHS kids.
Oh, people will know that for sure. Our people will listen to us anyway.
I have to have been towards close to the cutoff for Johnny Five. For Short Circuit, because I saw it on VHS. I'm 31. I guarantee.
Saw it on VHS, really?
Oh yeah, I guarantee sub 20s probably haven't seen it. Or yeah, actually, I would say if you're like 25 right now, you fucking never saw that movie.
Oh, for sure, but that's not our audience. For the most part. So I would figure our audience is.
Or if you lived in a repressive state like Northern Ireland, where they didn't believe in artificial intelligence, only divine creation, and then couldn't agree on which divine creation, they probably didn't let you watch Short Circuit. But I like the part where he had a missile launcher on his shoulder, and he turned him into War Machine.
I don't remember them doing that.
Fuck, man. Movie night. We're watching Short Circuit.
The first one? He had a rocket launcher on? Are you sure?
Well, because originally they had lasers. Then he decided to be a peaceful robot, abandoned his weapons.
Oh, yeah, you're right in the very beginning. Okay. I don't remember the rockets, but I do remember them being...
He got the rockets after he went punk. Remember he went punk rock? I don't know if that was the first one.
That had to be the second one.
Was that the second one?
Had to be. There's no way. That's not.
Welcome to Chanaran. This is a Short Circuit podcast.
We're going to be discussing the Short Circuit and all its sequels today.
We're going to... Let's make a... Okay, I don't know how many they made. I'm assuming 2 or 3.
At least 2. There might have been a third one that
so I think
nobody's
that
ever seen.
With our budget and abilities, we could easily make Short Circuit 4.
Well, we've got the robot right there.
Unless there's already a Short Circuit 3, in which case we should make Short Circuit 5. We should just make sure that nobody can ever look up whichever one. Like, there'll always be a missing Short Circuit to somebody.
It's not a bad idea.
Are we gonna play Practice Channel?
I suppose we're supposed to.
Welcome to Chanarant. We are the world's worst Short Circuit podcast.
Yeah, the world's worst. We're just changing the format.
We're
the
world's only Short Circuit podcast.
It's a great idea. Let's go full.
We're gonna spend 100 episodes per season on 90 minutes of film. The fuck are we gonna do that? We're going frame by frame.
Yeah, it's a great movie. The original, classic. I haven't seen it since I was 12, probably. But I do remember watching it several times as a kid, like over and over and over and over and over again.
I mean,
you had nothing else to do in the 80s.
Yeah, you know, if someone saw it right now, they'd be like, I never knew they made a live action Wall-E.
Yeah, that's what kids would think. Yeah.
That's what kids would think.
That's what a 25-year-old would say. Oh, live action Wall-E.
That's what the people that Fusco swipes right on Bumble would say.
Exactly.
They made a live action Wall-E? What?
Oh my God.
I refuse to go out with you until you follow me on TikTok.
Have you seen my TikTok?
Oh my God.
God, I hate when people. So we'll save this for the pre-show.
Wait, I feel like we've started the show. We're going to cut this out and put it in somewhere.
This could be, you could throw this into the Marvel ending.
I'm going to put this back on you, man. You're much faster. You're much faster at getting these out.
I'll do this one.
Note, he didn't.
You have the responsibility of last.
I got to finish the fucking our 2 towers of an episode, the worst one of the series.
But yeah, no, I'll happily do this one. But yeah, pre-show, I dated this girl during COVID. I don't know when it was, a year ago maybe or something.
Could have been 3.
Who knows? Who knows at this point? But we went out a couple times and whatever, maybe hooked up. But man, she talked. I've never heard anybody with vocal fry 100% of the time. It was like mad.
Did you think it was a bit or
no?
Oh wow,
she was young. She was 25ish or something, and she did it. It was like Kardashians, but without not being nearly as hot. Not even close.
I can't imagine that affectation coming to you naturally. Like
it's got to be put on.
You got to put it on, right?
It's like I don't know. I guess it could be like an accent.
That's the kind of person where you're like, oh my God, I can't even believe Stephanie wore the same dress as me. And then they're like calling their bank and like, Yeah, it's account number 44212. Okay, thank you so much. And like their boyfriend's sitting there, like mouth half full of Cheez-Its, like,
It is so terrible.
you could have been talking like that the whole fucking time. You could have just talked like a normal human.
Yeah, just like push air through your vocal cords and talk normal.
Granted, you can also get it. You can also get it, especially when you get like a large group of the non-penile variety. I noticed the overall pitch range just goes up. Like a bunch of dudes will just start. They'll just start talking louder, and that's how they feel like they're going to get heard in a group.
Right.
I don't know that the actual amplitude changes in a group of females. I think just the pitch. So instead, you get recognized by talking higher.
Maybe.
So instead of doing like,
I so rarely hang out.
Hey
with
Stephanie,
groups of
can I
women.
have a? Hey Stephanie, can I have a shot? Hey Stephanie, can I have a shot? Whereas like dudes just scream at each other the whole time, and I just sit in the back, trying to keep my Tamagotchis alive.
I so rarely hang out with groups of women that I don't have any. I'd have to go to one of your volunteer meetings, then I'll know for sure.
Oh God,
It's nothing but women in those fucking things. Jesus
I
Christ.
feel like it ain't worth it.
Definitely not going. But yeah, anyway. So
So wait,
It's
should
awful.
we? Yeah, should we start doing the
should
show?
probably do something,
No,
I
we can do
guess.
the show, right?
let's do we have the intro music for Short Circuit theme music?
Yes. Beep boop beep boop Wally. I'm pretty sure we'll get DMCA on that if we play it. Even now, it's not old enough. But it goes something like this. It sounds surprisingly like the Highlanders March.
The Highlanders March?
It's like anytime I get a stupid name of a tune that doesn't exist, I just play Green Hills.
What do they call it? The Soldier Song, maybe? Or it's got another name besides Green Hills. That's something to do with the soldier. Scottish Soldier? I don't know. Something.
Oh, the hills, they are so damn green. They are very green. They're green. Run away.
Let's see if we can play the whole thing in high-pitched squeals.
And like Piccolo? How do you get to do it on purpose?
You put all your fingers down, take your thumb off the A-hole, but keep everything down, and then very slowly slide your thumb across it until it jumps, flips, and... You gotta blow really light, too.
Welcome to the whale sounds portion of the podcast.
I don't know why it does that, but that's how it does it. There you go. Now move your bottom hand. You can only really play the bottom hand.
Didn't do it. Wait. Fusco. We're doing this all wrong. Let's do a version of
Hey,
Green...
I'm doing, what's her name? The
Snake
Indian-
Charmer.
Snake Charmer Bagpipes.
Let's do a version of Green Hills that's just for the dogs. Ready?
Oh, wait, hold on. Do you know this trick?
The quacky trick, or?
Let's play it this way. Let's do a Snake Charmer this way. There's like two notes. That's all.
The dog trick bit was gonna be like, all right, this is for the dogs.
Oh, just like blow so hard it doesn't work. Okay, we can do that.
It's just at a pitch that humans can't hear.
Thanks.
We're done. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Channeran Podcast. With me, as always, is my bearded co-host, Mr. Andy Fusco, and my name is Josh.
Hi, everybody. How you doing?
If you didn't know, I'm here to let you know this is an explicit show. You can review the show on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, etc. Send us emails, voicemails. We play it on air. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or if you're Australian, Snapchat, Chat Snatch. Check out the Channeran store at channeran.com.
That's a perfect description.
Something about being explicit. 54321 fuck.
Fuck.
Become a patron. Last but not least, even open. Josh. Hi, Josh. Thanks for that toss. Hey, Fusco.
Hey, Josh. What's up?
Do you know what really speeds through my intro?
What's that, Josh?
When we have just general, natural banter for the first 10 minutes of the stream, and then we're like, oh, fuck, I forgot. We're hard out.
That's right. We got to get out of here. That's right. I forgot about that.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Yeah, hard out. I got a wedding this afternoon, so...
Whatever happened
can't
with
get
the
drunk.
fun wedding where, like, you played, and then they played, like, the rehearsal, and they said, just come party with us? That was supposed to be this week, wasn't it?
That was
Like when? Tuesday, Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Because I talked to you on Tuesday when we got trashed.
Who did?
We. You more than me, but we.
Oh,
You're
that's right. That's
you're
right.
the one that
That was
texted
that same
me-
night. That's right.
You're the one that texted me at noon.
What
And
did
you're
I say?
You said, what happened?
Oh, the next day. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, because I texted you and I was like, hey, I did like a life check. I was like, hey, like, you all right? And then you're like, what happened? I'm like, oh, buddy.
Yeah, so that started because of the fun wedding, which
Cut in audio of Fusco singing 500 Miles.
or audio of you doing
Or
whatever
audio of
it
me
was.
doing, I believe in a thing called Love by the Darkness,
Right.
which I nailed. Probably not, though.
I don't remember
I
at
was,
all.
yeah, I'd had a few whiskeys. I probably didn't. That's a hard one, man. That falsetto.
Oh, it's super hard. Yeah, the range on that freaking song. But yeah, man, it was a great time. I played it was the rehearsal dinner, and it was a surprise for the husband who was ex-Marine, something, whatever.
much of a surprise as the pregnancy is going to be.
Yeah, but they're older. I don't think that's happening. But turns out they were a lot of fun, and I hung out there and drank on their dime, and then I think somehow you and I connected over at HT for some
Yeah, because
reason.
you'd messaged me and you're like, hey, like, you want to get a drink tonight? I was like,
Oh, right.
I was like, I got fuck all going on. Like, sure, I'm game. And you're like, sweet, I'm doing this wedding thing. I'm having a couple beers, so I figure, let's go hit HT afterwards. I was like, sweet. Punched outside of our weight class on that one. I was old school Chanterant creative meeting days.
It was, yeah, just sitting in the booth and coming up with ideas, and then somehow karaoke happened.
We mostly came, so we went on a Tuesday, which is also one of the reasons I was keen when we didn't have practice on Tuesdays anymore, because you couldn't go to the bar after practice because they were doing what I could only describe. And I'm not trying to use the same kind of hyperbole that I use when I call us the world's worst bagpiping podcast when really we're the best. Like, this was the world's worst karaoke fairly regularly.
Yeah.
Like, I would go after practice on a Tuesday, put my earbuds in as loud as I possibly could so I could have my post-practice beer and then go home.
Yeah.
It
was awful.
horrible.
Awful.
If you can imagine anyone you've ever seen being chased by the cops on cops doing karaoke, this would be that crowd, I would say, at HT.
These are like, it's kind of like, the movie The Hills Have Eyes?
Yeah.
That's the kind of people that are there on a Tuesday
But
night.
these hills used to have two eyes before a fight at a Christmas dinner. now they have one.
But the good news is they've changed the karaoke guy. So
That's
I brought this
true,
up to you
yeah,
that night.
yeah,
And it's way quieter. It's way more reasonable for the room.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't nearly as bad. Like, it was way more reasonable.
No, I mean, we still sat there judgingly until we
Got
drunk enough, and then we were like,
did it ourselves. Yeah.
let's show these kids how it's done.
That went amazingly well, which we might have clips later. We'll insert those here later.
I've definitely, I've got you.
I sent you yours.
Yeah, I think I sent a clip. I think maybe it was an Instagram story. I sent something to Isla
Oh, did you?
of you singing, and she was like, "Oh, please tell me he didn't sing that for me." And I was like, "Well, one, way to be self-absorbed much,
Yeah,
and
Jesus
two,
Christ. No, I didn't.
and two, yes, you did, and it's true love."
Hey, yeah, make it up. That's fine. Hey, let's see. Here's a little.
Oh, you got some of me?
Let's see. I don't know.
It should come across on the mic.
Oh. Just a little bit of Josh. I didn't get much for some reason. I thought I caught more than that, but yeah.
But yeah, and then I've got some Fusco I can hunt down.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I got the whole fucking thing for you, man. And I'm talking some cinematic angles. Like, Chris Nolan, eat your fucking heart out.
Just to be clear, this is a regular 500 Miles is a regular song for me at family karaoke's. It's one of my go-tos. So Isla, this was not for you. Chill out a bit. Can't really hear it. Oh, now I got it.
I mean, I got some angles.
Did you? Did you record most of it?
I got the whole thing.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, man. I play my position. My position is apparently capturing our stupidity.
I had to be really drunk by that point because I don't do public karaoke much.
No,
if
you
at
were
all.
living your nightmare, but you were like strangely down, and so I just didn't. I wasn't sure what was causing this phenomenon, but I also didn't intervene. I was just like, I'm just gonna let this play out
Yeah, I don't know.
and see how it goes.
It was a good mood. I guess.
Speaking of letting it play out, you guys are getting a van.
Oh God, I don't know about that. We're talking. It would be nice if we got a local gig first.
Here I was just doing some casual Craigslisting, as I often do.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what I could look for? Because
I didn't know Craigslist still existed.
Because I'm poor, so I just look for stuff for other people and take sick joy in it. Found some dope vans for you guys.
That first one you sent me, I thought was cool.
Well, the VW, I sent you the best one first because I didn't want you guys to disregard the thread.
Oh, okay.
Because the other one's a little bit of a fixer-upper, and to my knowledge, that would have been
that might be very useful.
That might be more effort than it's worth.
Yeah, the gas mileage on trying to take that thing to California would be
But that
ridiculous.
sexy black kidnapping superpowered child VW.
That was a nice, because it definitely had that rapey,
has that vibe.
Yeah.
Not even like a rapey vibe, but it has like a men in hazmat suits are going to take you away vibe.
Yeah, it's perfect. And if it could pull a small U-Haul, it would be brilliant.
Oh, it'll pull.
And I could use... it'll pull for something.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's my last joke for the day. I am leaving the podcast, ending on a high note.
Let's get out quick.
Yeah.
No, that could be very useful. And day-to-day life, I could still use it. The other one, like, I can't afford 2 cars.
Dude,
I can't have 2 cars.
You want to talk about saving money. Think about how much you're going to save when you live out of your van.
That's a good point. I have always wanted to live in a van down by the river.
This is savings right here. We don't have rivers here, but we do have
got a wash.
We do have channels. Yeah, we have washes and channels.
It's close enough.
They're close.
There's got to be a creek somewhere in Mount Charleston somewhere I can park by.
You can go up to like Duck Creek, and it's like, who's the guy that lives down in the van? It's like, well,
we don't talk about that.
Yeah,
it's a scary story. But that's someday my dream is to live in the middle of nowhere in a van, and I'm sure I'll get there sooner than I want.
Whether you want to or not.
It's coming either way.
My only other update is that we suck again. We're an episode behind, and it's my fault.
Yeah, that was an interesting episode last week, and you guys are bound to hear it eventually.
Episode, but I'm gonna finish that guy up because I enjoyed so much being ahead. The funniest thing was I was editing it, and I was like, oh man, it's fucking brutal edit. I'm like 20 minutes in. And I was talking to my girlfriend because she's traveling today. She's traveling for work. And so she's bored as shit in airport bars. She doesn't want to make friends, apparently. I talk to other people when I'm in airport bars, but that's me.
Yeah.
And so she's talking to me. She's like, what you up to? And I was like, oh, like I'm editing last week's episode. She's like, how is it? And I was like, oh, it's hot garbage. It's a tough edit. And I was like, but, it was eventual. Your heroes are humans too, guys. And... After 2 like really smooth weeks, it was only inevitable that the other shoe
had
drops.
to happen.
Yeah, we flew too close to the sun, Busco. We were doing so good. MacLellan Bagpipes by North Carolina artisan bagpipe maker Roddy MacLellan from Eust in Scotland. They don't strive to be the biggest, fastest, or the cheapest. They do, however, meticulously craft a small number of warm and stable sounding instruments of heirloom quality. Roddy has followed this philosophy for over 30 years and continues to evolve with innovations like the Elevation Chanter, designed with North American bands in mind, providing a lower pitch, rich harmonics, and strong, clear projection. Elevation Chanters, along with chanter reeds from Adrian Melvin, provide a stable platform for a thick band sound without big overhauls. Check out bespokebagpipes.com for more information. MacLellan Bagpipes, born in Scotland, made in the USA.
What else we got going on?
We got some emails we could blow through.
Emails.
Yeah. So, guys, where the fuck are the emails and voicemails? They're always fun. For example, this one comes from Aaron K. He let us know that his piping goals for 2022 are, and I quote, number 1, get piping gigs. Number 2, get money. And number 3, fuck bitches. # one of the 6.
Thanks, Aaron.
I find those goals to be completely out of order. Are they numerically valued, or is he just saying he has 3?
I don't know what his intention was, but I think that's appropriate because 1, you need to get the piping gigs to get the money, and God knows you need money in order to fuck bitches.
I don't know.
They doing that shit for you got to buy a drink at least.
I say disregard females, acquire currency. Like if you want to succeed, disregard females, acquire currency. The females will come.
Oh, absolutely.
Or if you're like me,
that's the order he put it.
Or if you're like me, be brutally poor and still pull.
Oh,
what are you gonna do?
You got lucky. You pulled before you were brutally poor.
I was still pretty poor back then,
but you had a job at least. You didn't.
Yeah, it was a shitty job.
Yeah, but she didn't know that. She didn't know what a loser you were at the time.
Well, guess what?
Spoilers. Would things go differently today? That's a really good question.
I think today I would have ended up being a side piece.
Right. That's what I
Just
mean.
still going to want the D. It's, it's grade A D. It's just attached to piece of shit human.
We'll have to ask her next time she's in town.
But yeah, cheers, Aaron. And then we had another email. This is from Keith. This is a little older one, but I don't think we did it on a show. So here's Keith. Hey, fellas. Nice to hear you back up and running. Congrats on getting all caught up on your edits. Fucking timely. Thought you guys were going all Grace Note Vortex on us. Once again, timely. Getting stiffed for $400 on a gig because your stuff looks nice and we kept you so you could probably afford it. That's bullshit. Only been shafted once, but it was technically a band gig that they were supposed to pay the PM for, and I'm pretty sure they never did. But it was a charity organization, so whatever. I don't do many gigs, and I have a regular day job, but for people that are trying to fill the fridge by gigging as their day job, that's junk. May whoever stiffed buddy guy be cursed with 1,000 years of anal torture and buggery in the depths of hell. It says departments of hell. I assume he means depths.
Probably.
Thanks for all your work on the pod, guys. Hearing about the leadership of the band that shall not be named requiring their members through the Dojo Freedom process has got me thinking I should bite the bullet and give it a go. You should. I've gotten a couple of courses from Big Brother Doogie and have gotten countless compliments for my instrument sound on my score sheets during this last summer's competitions being online. I credit Mr. Douglas with teaching me how to set up my pipes, train me to blow steady, and tune by ear, even though I've never met the man one-to-one. Say, dodged a bullet there. Listen up, boy, or keep it up, boys. You keep putting them out. We'll keep listening. Hashtag one of the six. Hashtag F.U. Joe Brady. Laters, Keith from Yukon, Canada.
Is he really from the Yukon?
Slanja, Keith.
That's fantastic.
If I remember correctly, we have heard from Keith before, and he pilots a large automobile for a living.
Oh, that guy. Okay. Yeah, and, it's true. If you just do the thing, you'll learn the thing, which leads us into the thing that comes up next where people aren't doing the thing, and they're not learning the thing.
Fusco, take us away.
Oh, the LVPB band.
Every time Fusco says thing, you have to drink from now.
They're going to do the thing where they're supposed to do the thing, but they're not actually doing the thing to get better at the thing.
The thing. It's supposed to happen through osmosis, like sleeping on a textbook.
Exactly correct. So, I posted. Okay, so people are supposed to. They all join the dojo. They're supposed to get through a certain point before we start doing band practices again. Essentially, the idea was I need to see some level of commitment and dedication to actually doing something, anything, before instead of me wasting my time dragging people. So, and that's the quick summary of it. But so this week, Jeremy submitted his first phase because he got through the challenges.
That's awesome.
And he did it last week, but he did it wrong because he didn't read. So he had to do it again this week, and he passed. So he said, let me know, and then I sent it out to everybody. Hey, everybody, Jeremy passed his phase 1. How's everybody doing? Where are we at with stuff? And I know Pat had submitted. I didn't hear if he. I'm sure he would have told me if he passed, I assume. But so this is on our app, our internal communication band app thing. It's been a week. It's crickets. Chirp, 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 chirp. Like no response whatsoever, except for Jeremy. He's like, "Oh, thanks. Hey guys, let's go get it." Because that's always what he does. Not
the man is a go-getter.
Not a word. Not a soul responded. Nobody said anything. Nobody was like, "Hey, good job, Jeremy." Nobody. But that's exactly what I was expecting. So at first, people were, I don't want to say they were gung ho by any means, but they were like, "Oh, okay, it's something. All right, we'll do whatever." And nobody's doing anying. Which is exactly what I thought
they
would happen.
They just ain't gum.
So a couple things have happened since then, which I haven't talked to you about really, but so one of those people asked if they could come to the church and practice together. Not just this person, but a group of them want to practice together. Texted me about this, and I said, "Well, where are you at with the dojo stuff?" And no response back to that. And I said, "Well, what do you guys want to do? Like, why?" Like, "Well, we just want to practice together because we find ourselves more motivated to play together." I'm like, no. So I said no. Essentially,
So you had mentioned this to me, but I was busy at the time, and I was like, I had no dog in the fight, so I'm just like, I don't know. You're like
you were like, I don't care. Let them play. I don't care.
Yeah,
Or
you're like, what do you think of this shit? And I was like, fucking, what do I give a shit?
Yeah, like sure, they can come, whatever. But I thought about it much more deeply. I was thinking, well, okay, a couple things might be going on here. One, they think I'm going to lighten up on this requirement over time. Like eventually, I'll just like bend and just like, all right, let's just get back to it, which I'm not going to do because it's and I've had other discussions with people since, but so that's a theory. I don't know that for sure. Nobody's said that to me, but my theory is like, oh, we'll show up to practice. They'll probably just play band tunes. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm almost thinking let them come and I just want to see what they do. What are they going to be working on? I would bet $1 million they're not going to be hooking up a manometer and working phase 3 or whatever. But why do you need a place to practice? You could do that at home. What is the point of this? Like all of these people they mentioned have houses. You could go to their house and play. Like, why do you want...
Why is the church a necessity?
Yeah, why is this happening? Like, if it was this one person who happens to live in an apartment, like, hey, I just don't have a place to play. I just need a place to work. I'm like, great.
Here's a key.
Perfect. Yeah, okay, fine, no problem. But that's not what it was. It was, here's a group of us that want to play.
Because that was my original assumption.
Yeah, that wasn't...
My original assumption, which you found out more on, my original assumption was like, I know for a fact this person doesn't have, like, a practice space.
Right. And that's what I would assume at first until it was like became a group thing. Well, just go over to their house if you want to do that. But so anyway, so that
but
was
also
one thing.
The thing that's interesting to me is like, is this supposed to be a demonstration of attempting to get back into it and better yourself, but somehow without doing all the things that we've laid out that we're going to do to get back into it and better ourselves? So
That's the question. That's the theory.
It's like, well, you know,
I've discussed it with
I'm
somebody else.
I'm not gonna quit cocaine, but I'll quit drinking.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that.
And you're like, well, but that doesn't really address the core problem here, Ron. Like, I don't
yeah. So here's the thing. Like,
took me a minute to make sure we didn't have a person named Ron in our band before I used that as the disembodied,
right?
The disembodied person we're bitching at.
So I heard from somebody else. This was a totally separate person, nothing to do with this group of people. Through Jeremy, because Jeremy's our, like, people go to him if they want to talk about something.
He's our camp counselor.
So he told me about this. He's like, oh, I forgot to tell you about this. Somebody came to me with this a couple weeks ago saying they're concerned about since, I need to keep this vague as possible. Since we're not doing anything instructional locally, I've asked people either the pipers have to join the dojo, drummers have to take lessons from somebody because we don't have something equivalent yet. So I've given suggestions.
There goes that Rhythm Monster sponsorship.
Well, I mean, maybe, but that's a whole
Hey guys,
thing.
Guess what? Where's that sponsorship?
We could go that way, but the dojo is eventually going to have a drum version of what they're doing.
So the clock's running out, Rhythm Monster.
It's coming.
Where's that sponsorship?
So anyway, this person came to Jeremy and expressed concern over spending money on lessons because of blah, blah, blah. Well, just spending the money, whatever. And I said, well, how do you learn anything in life? You go take lessons or something. If you wanted to learn jujitsu, you go fucking to a dojo and you take lessons with somebody and you pay them for it. Like, that's the point of all of this. Like, I want to see some dedication and
the
commitment to learning something.
Like, we've talked about this before. Like, there used to be once upon a time where, like, I would make myself available. I would do practices. I would say, hey, just come to my house. I'll have coffee. We'll practice for like an hour on a Saturday. And nobody fucking took you up on that, right? Like, nobody ever wanted to do that. It was always, yeah, we should do it, but not this week or the next week or the next 14 weeks. And I'm like, fuck you, then. Like,
and then cancel last.
I could be playing Xbox.
Yeah.
I could walk my dogs. I could jerk off. Like,
yeah. I wonder why back in the day it was successful with.
I'm really bummed.
Evelyn's group.
I'm really bummed that nobody, I'm really bummed there was no local groups to teach me EMT training, and I had to pay for it. That's real rough.
I know. It's like, here's a community group to learn EMT service.
I'm really bummed no community group helped me get my journalism degree. Like,
right, exactly.
I had to pay a school.
Yeah.
What is this bullshit?
But again, this is there's so many rabbit holes here. But one of the things is that the undervaluation of music as a legitimate skill, or whatever you want to call it, legitimate art form, or...
Oh, we've made the joke 100 times. Real job.
Right.
That term.
Yeah, it's quote unquote real job, yeah. But that's partly our fault for having that set up that way in the first part, which I get. So I had a discussion with a guy who... I'm trying to remember which guy this was, but they're trying to transform their band from like not to a competition band, but they're trying to take it more seriously. So they've had some change in leadership. They're doing some more instructional stuff. They're doing people join the dojo thing and all that. But they're saying like the way they're describing it is, or the way they've asked me for advice on this. Why me? I have ideas. None of it's ever proven to work, but okay.
Yeah.
You could change the culture. The old people are never going to change. I don't mean old. I mean, been around for a while. Been around for a while. Because they're already used to the culture you had before. So it'll work for new people because they're not going to know any different. Create what you want, and eventually it will filter through. But your other people, some of them might change. But most
You got to be willing to lose people.
Yeah, you got to be willing to lose people in that culture change, which is very common, I think. And that's kind of where we're at, where it's like, I don't know if everybody's realizing this, but I'm okay with losing people. Like, this is your choice. Do it or leave. Because we're getting dangerously close to, you guys aren't doing anything. It's been 2 months. Give me your kilts. We're out. You know, like, oh, wait, how serious are we? How far am I willing to take this? And I'm willing to take it very far because it's useless otherwise.
Well, it's not mutually assured destruction if you're not willing to push the button.
Correct. Yeah.
Like,
you got to be, I mean, it's chicken. It's the game of chicken, but I'm not swerving.
yeah.
And I've already turned down things people don't, like I warn them I'm turning down gigs. Like,
I've had shit like this before too, where it's like, people seem to think that I like am a really good poker player and I'm really good at bluffing, and that's not my secret. My secret is I'm never bluffing. Like, if I tell you this is how this is going to play out if you go down this path, that's precisely how it's going to play out. Right, yeah. Like, yeah, and I've had that in like personal relationships and things like that, where it's like when I tell you I'm never going to fucking speak to you again, like, I mean it. You're going to text me and I'm going to say, what was the last thing I ever told you? Oh, you're never going to speak to me again. Duh.
Well, people don't believe, like, most people don't do what they say they're going to do. So
I mean, it's an extreme example, right? But it's also like, you're like, what? You luckily have kind of covered your ass to the point to where no one should be surprised by whatever happens next, because it's like, this is exactly,
we've told them. It's just
exactly
they don't
what
believe it.
we said was going to happen.
Yeah, no, they've been told several times this is what's going to happen, and it'll be interesting to see. And I'm willing to. I've gotten to the point where I'm willing to lose people over it. It's like, okay, like, there's also the possibility there's the beginning. It's the beginning of a coup, which is an equally acceptable outcome.
Yeah,
because I gave you the option to get rid of me.
like you could have it either way.
Yeah, you could have chose that. Maybe the reality of it a month later is like, or
like, you can have it either way. I mean, I've had that situation in organizations before. I was like, here's how we're going to do stuff, or you know, vote me out.
Right. That's exactly what.
Either way, I win.
Yeah. So
either way, I either do the plan that will fix, or I don't have to worry about it, and that's a win-win.
Right. Yeah. That's exactly what
the trick to
what this is all about.
The trick to psychological success, Fusco, is continuously creating win-win scenarios.
That was what it took a while to develop this plan, but that's what it ended up being. The win-win is either get rid of me or you guys do something and we get better. Either way, I win.
Yeah, sixes.
Yeah. So, but exactly what I expected to happen is happening, where people aren't doing anything. Or again, it's not everybody. But it's a vast majority of
yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's hard to make blanket statements, and you'll get called out on blanket statements, right?
Right.
But it's also like, we're on a podcast, we're not going to be like, well, here are the people that are doing stuff, and here are the people that are.
I mean, it could. Like, I know exactly who they are.
Yeah, we could, but it's like, that's a shitty thing.
No,
to do.
I wouldn't do that. But
like, the big thing is, like, you know, if we make broad generalizations and you're in the band that shall not be named and listen to the podcast, look at yourself. Are you one of the people doing stuff? Okay, then we're not fucking talking about you.
Right. Right. Obviously, people do get butthurt over stuff like that sometimes. So, but if your name is Jeremy, you're doing something. Other than that,
you're shit out of luck.
Yeah. But and even Jeremy, who was not excited by any of this, and here's the other thing about people that is funny. Nobody ever thinks you're talking about them. And I've been guilty of this. We're all guilty of this. Like, I'm talking about every motherfucking one of you. Nobody's innocent here.
Like, do you have a blue kilt and a pulse?
I'm talking about you.
You.
But like, very often, like, so the reason I bring that up is like, Jeremy did not want to do this. He's not a he has his own teachers and his own method, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's just leave it at that. But he's like, if this is what you want me to do, I'll do it. Like, he expressed his, I don't want to say his concern, I guess, or whatever. He's like, but if this is where we're going, then I'll do
It's
it.
also
And I'll lead the
ultimate-
charge.
He's also the ultimate fucking team player.
Right, and that's exactly what happened. Like he's like he's the first one through
Every fucking time.
to get to the point where you actually can make submissions, and you can get feedback. And like some people will blow through the early stages, and then you'll hit a wall. Some people, who knows? Maybe you'll blow through it in 4 weeks. I've seen people do it. It's rare, but it happens. But our people are not going to do that for sure. They're going to actually have to dedicate themselves to learning something that's not like, hey, let's all hide ourselves in a circle. Right? We can
Let's all play a round version of Green Hills.
Right. Because I can't seem to figure out how to hold that dotted note for some reason. I don't understand why or what or whatever.
Yeah, a lot of it's just like one of those things where it's like not caring, right? I mean, we talk about that all the time on the show. Of like, you got to care enough to do it right. And sometimes doing it right is holding a note in a tune you've played 700 times.
Right. And being aware of it and focused on something like that.
And that's a thing, right? That's a thing that we talked about even early on in this show, where it was like, being proficient. You may not be the best fucking player in the world. Lord knows I'm fucking not. I'm a shitty grade 4, top grade 5 player right now. Mm. What it comes down to is like, every time I play that simple tune I've played 100 times, I try to like not bollocks it up.
Right. Yeah.
And guess what? Sometimes it's a tune you can play in your sleep or shit-faced drunk. Hold the fucking A.
Yeah, exactly correct. Yeah. And this is why I
don't
want people
phone, don't
to
phone
learn.
it in. Like, come on.
This is why I want people to learn something instead of mimicking, because people are bad mimics.
You're never gonna be able to sing "Every Rose Has Its Thorn" in a wolf mask if you haven't put the work in to play it right without said wolf mask.
Exactly. Yeah.
You need to.
That's a great analogy. Is the wolf mask the kilt? Is that like the?
Yeah, that's the added level of difficulty. Is suddenly you have to play in a kilt.
Once you put that kilt on, man, and people are staring at you, everything changes, right? Conceptually, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm dead inside, so none of it has ever changed for me past the last 10 years.
It doesn't matter. Nothing matters.
Yeah. The last decade for me has been going through the motions.
But yeah. So anyway, that's our update. Thanks, Jeremy, for actually doing it.
Good dude, man.
It's going to be a band of me and Jeremy in 2
I
months.
will come see that band. Or I will audition to be its bass drummer.
There you go. You could be the bass drummer. But yeah, so that's where we're at these days.
Fantastic, man. My shit's doing a little better.
Is it? How so?
You know how it's always like peaks and valleys, and not necessarily always with the people you work with. Sometimes it's just within like your willingness to prostrate yourself to cover all the jobs other people aren't doing correctly.
Right.
You're a pipe major. You've been there.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I've been down on the games crew for a bit. I'm up on them now. I think that, I'm still having to harass people quite frequently, which is not ideal by any means. But people are at least cordial and pretending, and I'll take that.
It's a sign of the turn.
Like, I don't expect
of course,
anyone.
It's really painfully close. And
I haven't seen anyone like come to me and be like, oh, by the way, here's all this extra work that I just have done on time. Here you go. Or here's some stuff that I came up with that I did. That hasn't happened, but
right. Well,
but that's the next step, right?
I'll be super curious to see how this all works out in the end.
Yeah, it's going to be good fun. I mean, we always pull it together no matter what. It's just how much suffering do I endure?
Exactly correct. Yeah. And when are you willing to pull the plug on your suffering? Although,
when will someone just put me out of my goddamn misery?
Was it Nietzsche who said all life is suffering?
All life is suffering.
Something
right?
like that? Or
Yeah.
I don't remember the quote.
There's probably more of that quote that, there's probably not anything with Nietzsche that brings that quote back up. It probably just stays pretty down. It's probably a downer quote all the way through.
I'm gonna modify that quote. All pipe band is suffering.
All pipe band is suffering.
Quote me, bitches.
Fusco Nietzsche, the lesbian science. New shirt. Write it down.
Where's my quote? My notebook. Oh, here it is.
Write it down, quick.
What was it again?
All pipe band is suffering. We got to make it look like a Nietzsche book. Okay, so we talked about the Pipe Major Symposium. Episode 200, we don't have any real updates on. New merch is the same. We do need some merch models. So this is something that we can kind of do what we used to do and just DM thirst traps via Instagram, or we can see if people want to approach us. We need Instagram models of all varieties. I hate the fucking stock.
They have what you don't? Yeah, they have stock images.
I hate the stock images, man. They look like crap. We need people that
last one got a lot of attention. Was that a stock? image?
Yeah, that was a stock one. Oh, with like
The hot chick?
with like the Avril Lavigne looking chick.
Yeah.
But so there you go. If you're an Avril Lavigne looking chick.
Yeah, and you want to wear a belly shirt.
I mean, the pay is horrible. The pay is you get free merch. But
we got all those pictures of Mary doing the bikini. We never used those.
we used them. We used them on Instagram and stuff. But it's the same product over. Like I'm not going to put 7. It's not
you're
going
gonna
to be an entire Instagram feed of just one chick in a bikini.
Dude, send her every piece of merch we got. She'll take pictures.
Fair point. I mean, I think we should have a diversity of ranters.
Well, that's true, but good luck getting anybody to do anything.
so just keep this in an open mind.
I'm still trying to get
It'd be better if you were like.
fleshlight review from Eric from 2 years ago, for fuck's sake.
We're still waiting on a bikini shoot from him
Yes.
that he keeps telling me is done that I have yet to see.
They did.
He's in the chat right now. Where the fuck is the shoot?
They did pre-shots or whatever. They didn't do anything really.
So we need some merch models. Whether or not you're a large mutton chopped clown in a bikini or just like a normal fucking person, all you need to do is take a phone, get against a pretty decent backdrop, and hit portrait mode. And like, I'll fucking show you how to take pictures. But I'm looking for merch models. The problem is I spend so much time on the back end of the store making all this crap. Mm-hmm. I'm so tired of looking at these fucking stupid stock photo models. I would much rather it was pictures of actual people.
You just have to assign it. Go look. Okay, this is how we do it. You look through the list of people that have ordered shirts recently.
Like,
and
hey,
which ones?
You take a picture of this or I'm going to kill you.
Reach out to them. It's like, hey, take a picture of this.
Take a picture. If you
you
already
own the
have
fucking
merch, fucking send me a good picture.
Yeah, have your significant other or put it on a goddamn tripod.
There's 1,000 tutorials on how to take a decent shot on your iPhone or your Android phone. Portrait mode, interesting background, get a little bit of blur in there, drop, send it.
Yeah, doesn't even have to be interesting. Do a flat wall and we'll
Fucking make it
Photoshop
work. Yeah.
You know how many apps there are that change the background?
Do it mid-coitus high-fiving your bro during an Eiffel Tower. I don't give a shit. I just need better photos.
That would be amazing.
Hey, speaking of Dirtbag Olympics coming up on episode 200, we are doing Dirtbag Olympic. Whatever we got, we're just putting it on episode 200 at this point. I don't know if we were going to have enough for a full independent episode. Send us a story about you double teaming someone in your Chanran merch. Because why not? It's best last episode ever.
Yep, I can't wait.
Coming soon, we have our February happy hour.
Oh yeah, so have we discussed...
You haven't told me anything. You've been playing this super close to the chest.
All right, well, I needed confirmation, but our next one is done, planned, ready to go. We're going to be doing
Is done a bit? Is it our Stig? Miss X? Is it a play on words when you say done?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm
sorry. Now we've outed that person.
Maybe it is. I don't know. But our next one will be a discussion based on a led discussion about how to make a small band successful, led by none other than Trevor Takahashi.
Oh, we got talk coming on. We did talk about this. I remember now.
Yeah, we were very drunk when it was confirmed, but
this was the same time that I came up with the Chef's Challenge, wasn't it?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, it was that same night that he confirmed for me. So we're gonna do like how to. What are the tips and tricks,
shining face,
and technique of like trying to get a small band to sound good? Essentially,
yeah.
I mean, whether you win the Worlds or not is rather unimportant, but in the end, we just want to play good music. And chances are you're in a small band because most bands are, and we're struggling. Everybody struggles for numbers. And
if you're lowest common denominator like our listeners, you're in a small band.
Yes. So we're going to do a patron only happy hour with last month's was great with Joe Brady, where he led the discussion on branding essentially, and Trevor's going to do how to make your band successful.
I'm very excited. I love Trevor.
So sound good, essentially. But I'm looking forward to that. So, that's the last weekend in February. Last Saturday in February.
Wait, you don't want to try to do it next weekend? You had something going on?
We got a lot going on. Definitely not.
It's going to be... I'm going to have to get a new chair just so my ass doesn't get sore from watching all of this stuff. But I am excited. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, we've got some guests working. I've got some people starting to get lined up here, and we'll announce those.
Cool, man.
As they confirm. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
We're getting close to our heart out. I didn't have much else. So the only other thing that I wanted to put in, we don't really have like a topic of the week this week because we're grab bagging today. Right. Yep. We gotta get caught up. The only other thing that I wanted to bring up is we do have a unique window created over the next week or so.
We do.
By me being having two bachelor weeks in a row with my girlfriend out of town.
Oh.
To do the Chanaran cooking show pilot. I mean, if you want to send it, now's the time.
I don't know what you mean by cooking show, but we talked about doing a wings thing. The Hot Ones ripoff.
Well, these are two different things.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Yeah, so the Hot Ones challenge was going to be an episode.
Just a one. Yeah, and I've talked to Angel. He's in.
Angel's in? Yeah, because I was going to because Steph wanted to do it. So I was going to see if Steph wanted to come do it too.
Yeah, because Angel can eat the hottest shit on the planet, so it'll be fun to have him.
I'm interested to see the Pepsi challenge because I'm a major spice rat.
Yeah, I like spice, but I'm a pussy, so it'll be fun for me to.
And Steph claims to be a spice rat. That's a person you've met her before. Tall, blonde chick. We play video games together.
Yeah, I know who she is.
So yeah, that we can still do, but the cooking show is totally different. We gotta get I'm not gonna have time for gaming content. If anything, all I do is stream me playing Doom 2, the 1994 version, without any commentary whatsoever.
Right.
For 40 minutes at a time. And I kind of want to play Cyberpunk, but I don't want to play it with the nudie filter on, so I can't stream that.
Oh, can you not stream it? Oh, Twitch won't let you do nude
Probably
stuff?
not, yeah.
All right. Okay.
So this is an opportunity. I mean, we got to do the pilot episode. Chris Armstrong had a cooking show I still can't find, and it won a Big Rab social media award.
I think it's just pictures. I can't find it either.
I think
he took pictures.
I want to take on
food.
the champ.
I say do it. I don't understand.
Best social media cooking with Chanarant 2022.
Do I have to do anything?
You have to hold the camera unless you're going to cook.
Oh, I mean, I can film. I just need to know my responsibility.
Your responsibility would be filming and eating.
I'm down with that.
And you know me, I'll make you tasty stuff.
I say let's just do it.
Okay, so we'll find time because we have to do a Shatter the Moon stream in the next couple weeks too.
That's gonna be next weekend probably or something. I don't know when the fuck. I gotta sort that out.
Do you try to do it the same weekend as a symposium? You do it at 4 o'clock in the morning, or
I don't know.
Do it in the evening.
Problem is Zach can't do weekends generally speaking, so that's why it's always an issue. So
Thursday night between 7 and 9. Done.
No. Can't be Thursday nights between 7 and 9. But other than that, yeah. So
tune in.
It's coming.
For the Shatter the Moon live stream.
Yep. We're almost ready for that. Then we got to do the Hot Ones challenge. Then we got to do the cooking show. I don't know what you're doing the editing. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm just going to pick a thing and make it.
I say let's start with the hot ones. It's going to be so much quicker. We'll just buy 8 crazy ass.
Well, yeah, we just got the thing we...
You're not going to make them, are you?
No. So the hot ones thing, it's literally their sauce lineup for this season.
Right. Okay.
So you buy that sauce lineup, and then, we have to fucking get wings or make wings for the sauce to go on.
I would say make them because you like making wings. It'll be more fun that way.
Man, it's just when I get wings, it makes me violently ill because people are bad at making wings in my immediate area.
Well, yeah.
It'd be easy if we can get them plain from the Wingstop, but that place just got shut down for having fucking maggots and shit.
Did it?
Oh, yeah.
The one on the corner?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I'm like, oh, no wonder every time I ate there, I got sick.
I'd never eat there because I never liked it, but like I did once. I'm like, this isn't
and
the
I got a new oven
Wingstop.
I got to bust in anyway. Got to break in the new oven.
So I say make the wings way better that way, and then we'll film it, and that'll be fun. We could do the 4 of us. It doesn't have to be just 2, but I think that would be a good one.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be whoever shows up on the day. Because I don't count either of our potential guests as reliable.
Reliable, yeah.
Yeah.
Either, but
so we're just gonna say we're doing it on this time and day. And
I think technically Angel is unemployed, so he might have all kinds of free time. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think he's currently.
But yeah, that'd be fun. I'm totally down.
What's
might be faster if we do like 5 sauces. I think they make them. So they make them in packs.
Do they? I'll look it up and buy them. Whatever.
But yeah, so those it's upcoming content to look forward to on the Chanarant podcast. Before we take off, Fusco, do you have any final thoughts?
Just the usual, like trying to be positive as much as possible, but commit yourself to bettering yourself. And
we're positive in every ways except for our Rona and HIV tests.
Well, yeah,
we're negative in those.
Fortunately, I came out negative for Rona.
You did,
I was sick last week, but thankfully it wasn't that, or at least according to the test. Contribute to your band. Be a positive force. Be a plus, not a minus. Right, that whole thing.
Yep.
Do something. It's okay to learn something and pay somebody for their professional advice and skills.
Yeah,
even if it's music and you don't value it.
That's a topic that we can go deeper in on. I mean, we've talked about it on the show before, but we're also like 200 episodes in, so some of our listeners we've accumulated may not keep that in mind, or they may not have heard the early episodes if they're lucky. But the big thing is like, what's the old like meme where, you want to charge $2,000 for a 6-piece band for a wedding for 4 hours. And they're like, no, that's way too much. And you're like, okay, cool. Hire 6 plumbers to do it.
Yeah, cool.
on a
later.
Saturday night. Like, tell me how that goes.
Yeah, it's like, okay, cool, later.
Yeah,
Like,
hire 6 plumbers on a Saturday night for 4 hours.
that's the other thing that I'm very happy with. I'm to the point where I'm so busy that I almost can't take on anymore, and it's so freeing in the sense that like I give people the price for like St. Patrick's Day, for example, like take it or leave it. I don't care. Like there was times when we were like desperate, like as a
Oh yeah, I remember distinctly. Well, and you're going to make me rich on St. Patrick's Day, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be good. But so, there was like a school guy who was very insistent, writing to me a couple times in the last couple of weeks, like, "Oh, we want to do something for Culture Day, and it happens to be on March 17th." Like,
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious.
I'm like, "That's great, man. Here's the price." And I didn't respond to him at first. I waited a week, and he wrote to me like 3 times on different emails. And eventually, I'm like, "All right, yeah."
Trying to get a pro bono job on
And he
fucking
didn't.
March 17th.
He asked for pro bono.
For a
Like,
bagpiper?
it's like, "Do you guys do pro bono?" I'm like, "No, I don't do. This is what I do for a living. No pro bono for me." And you're I don't care. School can pay for it. I don't give a fuck. It's government. Fuck 'em.
School's got money.
Fuck them. So
I pay taxes for that shit. I ain't got no kids.
right, exactly. Here's the price, and I haven't heard from him since. Like, which is exactly what I expected to happen. But like, okay, I don't care. It's great. It's great not caring.
Well, and I get that I used to get that when I did more solo gigs and just stopped waiting. I mean, now I'm in like a much sweeter position to where I get pretty decent gigs, and it's only because you don't have time to do them. So I can just be like, oh, sweet, like price is already set, like gigs set, time set, sets are set. I just show up and don't fuck it up, and then I go home. Nice,
Right.
great job. Like, yeah, like it's like easy peasy, right?
Yeah.
But even back in the day, it'd be like, like what do you charge? It's like, like I do $250 an hour for the gig you're booking me. It's far away and blah blah blah. And they'd be like, oh well, we can do like $150. And I was like, okay, so good luck.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Or be like, well, I called this other guy, and this other guy said he'd do it for $70. And I was like, cool, you should hire him. Let me know how that goes. Like, I used to get that with graphic design work all the time, and be like, well, my nephew has Photoshop. He said he'll do it for $60. I'm like, sweet, man. So I'll talk to you again in like 3 weeks, right? And my price is going to be more by then. Like, just so you know, when you call me back.
When you call me back, Graham used to say do shit like that.
When you call me back, just keep in mind, like,
it's going up.
it's going up for the pain in my ass fee.
Yeah. Oh man. But
I used to get that on graphic jobs all the time. Well, my son's got Photoshop. I was like, all right, what are you calling me for?
yeah, like why didn't you go to him first?
He lives rent free. Fucking have him do it. Oh, you want it to be good? Oh well.
Oh well, there's that. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's so weird to me. I guess maybe we'll do this next time. But like, art music is real. Like
next time we're going to talk about how many times we either did shots or fell asleep during the Piper Symposium.
Did shots and like shots?
Yeah, we need a
fucking 5 a.m.
You're not going to do a Piper Symposium drinking game? Are you insane? I mean, you don't have any part in it, right?
Dude.
Like,
no, I don't. I just get to listen. But we do have to like interact.
We can't do it like the live stream for the worlds, obviously. But
yeah, no, but we do have to interact with these guys privately. So we got to be reasonable until the last day. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be drinking shots at 5 a.m. But I don't know.
Quitter. And with that, thank you all for tuning in to this episode of the Chanter Rant podcast. We adore you all. I'll see some of you guys on Xbox this week because I got some free time. Rab, the reason you got a voicemail from me saying fuck you is because, hey, you know what, Rab?